Friends, welcome to my channel. Today I am going to explain about what is React.js components and React components. So basically React.js is a JavaScript library. Some were hearing that library framework, so don't confuse it. Library, it means it will do only single task. So React.js is a library which is create web application using React. So if there is a framework, then it will library cannot perform all the tasks. So if you want to do Bootstrap, you have to install separately. If you want to do some other code operations like router, so if you install separately, so library cannot do all the functionalities. So if there is a framework, the framework itself comes with all functionalities because framework is a combination of libraries. So the next point is it is used for building user interface. So React is used to build user interface as it works on component based. So the third point is React.js is used to develop single page application. What is meant by single page application? Single page application means it means in the website URL will be changed, data will also changed, but the page will not be refreshed. And the multi-page application, the URL also changed and the page will also refreshed. So this is the third point. And the fourth point is it creates user interface from components. So what is a component? It's a piece or a part of the web page which can be used for multiple times. It is same as function in JavaScript but returns HTML. Example, in the header section there is a multiple components like home, about us, contact. So these are all components which can be used for multiple times. So next we are going to talk about React components, in which there are two types: function component and class component. So what is function component? Function components are simply JavaScript functions. Function component is also known as stateless component because they do not hold state. Class component is also known as stateful component because they can hold or manage local state. So basically, function component and class component are both are similar in many ways. In the previously, the class component is used majority of the cases. In fact, class component is only used because function component cannot make the proper React application because it cannot contain all the functionalities. Many updations are came in the function component. So class component and function component both works the similar. So let me understand you more clearly through the coding. So go to the VS Code and function component. So firstly import React from React. It is necessary for any to create any component. The first line should be this: import React from React, and then enter and the first letter must be capital, and then enter. In the class component or in function component, there must be all the codes are written in the return. So then enter. This way we can create our function component. Now write h1 and write write a sentence as this is a function component and export default app and then run the code. Let's check it will show error or not. Cd hello, enter npm run dev, enter. Now this is the function component, the output is printed. Now let's create the class component. So in class component write first class, and then class name, component name, and a class component must include the extends react.component statement. Extends react dot component and in the curly braces enter. This statement this statement creates an inheritance to React.component and gives your component access to React component functions. The component also requires render method. This method returns HTML. So write render and give the parenthesis, enter. And inside the render method, write return, which will returns of your code. And in the return, inside the return, write h1 tag and write this is the class component. And now at last, write export default app, which is necessary. And now run the code, save and run the code. So this is the class component. So firstly, you have to write class app extends react.com. It must be required. And inside the class, put the render method. And inside the render method, give the return and write your code. I hope that this video will help you that understand the React components, function component, class component. Thank you for watching.